Well, greetings, Cap fans. Welcome to episode 291 of the Captain America Comic Book Fans Podcast. I'm Rick Verbanis. I'm your host, and I've got a co host. He is the best gosh darn one out there. His name is Bob Lucius. Oh, Bob, here comes the rich man in his big long limousine. Here comes the poor man. All you gotta have is green. Here comes the banker and the lawyer and the cop. One thing is for certain, it ain't never gonna stop. When it all gets too heavy, that's when they come and go, with only one thing in common. They've got the fire down below.
It sounds familiar, Rick. I got to tell you, but it's not ringing my bell.
Probably because I am not singing it anything like the way it comes out. Uh, that is The Fire Down Below by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band.
There it is. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
You know
right.
that song, right?
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it sounded familiar, and
Right.
it was in my time frame.
hmm
So,
Speaking of time frame, what year did it come out?
oh, I don't. Was it the like 80s,
I'm going to let you think this through.
70s, late 70s?
I'm going to let you really, really kind of pause and think this through.
I don't know.
Bob, why am I greeting?
74, 74,
Not even.
76.
Yes. God. It's like it's like a it's like a fresh new way every time I see you.
Isn't it? It's
About
great. Isn't
I
it
know.
nice? Yeah.
Yeah.
Consistent.
It's like we've never done this before.
Consistency has its own quality, Rick. So
Oh boy.
a lot of people say that.
Hmm.
So,
Why am I greeting you with a Bob Seger song, Bob?
um, well, 76. So that's the year tonight's story was
Hmm.
published.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
Bob Seger, Silver, was there,
The
there's no
name of the band, what
werewolves.
the name of the
Silver
song
Bullet
was?
Band,
The
right?
song, name of the song?
Oh, Fire Down Below.
Uh-huh.
Fire in the Hole.
Oh my goodness. All right.
No.
So yeah, Bob, what are we covering today?
We are covering Captain America and the Falcon 197,
Which is
which is a comic book. It's a continuation of the Mad Bomb story.
Yes, there
Yeah,
you go. Jack Kirby's Mad Bomb story.
it
This is part
is.
5. And if you haven't listened to or watched the video of us doing part 4, that was episode 286. So make sure you go back and do that first. And then when you get done with that, come back here. But I think most of our listeners,
Mhm.
they're all caught up and ready to go.
Yeah,
I don't know about you, but it was a bit of a cliffhanger
it
in part
was.
4. Of course,
Yeah,
every one of these Jack Kirby Mad Bombs has been a cliffhanger.
it has. It has. He really knows how to get you hooked to come back for more.
And we're halfway through, Bob.
Yeah.
We are halfway through. It's an 8-part story. We've gone through parts 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we are kicking off the second half, which is the second Wednesday of every month, if you've been playing along. And it is part of our long tail story. So, what have you been thinking about this so far?
So far, so good, Rick. I mean, it's interesting, right? It's got action, a lot of action.
Mm-hmm.
It's got both Cap and Falk working together. And it's got a real socially conscious storyline, which I love those, right?
Yes.
With the elites, trying to set up
Mm-hmm.
a new regime, and using a mad bomb to spark uprisings to take over the country on our bicentennial. I mean, this is the stuff I live for. These kind of
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah. It's been a real fun story. Yeah. We will get to that coming up. We got some other cool things coming up over the next several weeks. We'll talk a little bit about that, including next episode. And then we just completed. If you were listening, if you were listening to a few episodes ago, I want to say it was episode 283. We did the Captain America comic book fantasy draft number 6, and we had a couple of guests on the show, Mark Domeyer and Kyle Foster. and fun episode. What just recently we did was we put up a poll for a few days in the Facebook group, put it up to a vote on which of these fan fiction stories you would like to read the most. Bob, would you like me to read the results?
I would, yeah.
Okay. I think you know.
I haven't checked it recently.
Well, it ended a couple hours ago. So,
Okay.
uh, uh, yeah. So all four of us had different stories, right? So,
All right.
um, I'll start with I'll work my way up to the winner.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So, Kyle had a really cool story that featured a Machine Man as the villain,
Mm-hmm.
and it had Deathlock in it, which I'm a
Yeah.
big Deathlock fan, as you know. So I actually voted
A lot
for
of
Kyle.
techno story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
he had 8% of the votes.
okay.
Then the next three were all pretty darn close.
Uh-huh.
The next one was me.
Okay.
I had um, a final farewell, a hero's farewell
Right.
for Jack Monroe
Yeah.
slash Nomad.
Touching story.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that got 26% of the votes.
Okay.
Then Bob,
Yeah.
there was a tie
Yeah.
between you and Mark Domeyer.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Weird.
uh-huh. And you had a really good story
Yeah.
about kind of like a what if story
What
that
if?
Steve didn't get the soldier super soldier serum,
Right? Yeah.
and what would happen with some other guys like William Burnside and
Billy Burnside. Yeah.
yeah, and Fred Davis Jr.
Yeah.
Right, and that was a really cool story. Mark Domeyer had a sequel to Tom Boyd's story. Um,
Shadows over Albion.
yes,
Yeah. Beautiful.
and
Great story.
so that had some of those same characters, including Diamondback, but it went across Europe with Batroc and Flag Smasher and Baron Strucker and teaming up with other captains in Britain and Germany.
Fan
And
favorites.
then, of
Yeah.
course, it had Batman.
Yeah.
Somehow had
Come
Batman.
on.
Yeah. So, Bob, it was tied.
Yeah.
And then someone switched their vote.
Oh, I hate when that happens
I
though.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Someone who voted for Kyle
Yeah.
withdrew their vote for
Yeah.
Kyle
Weird.
and then voted for Mark, and Mark
Yeah.
won.
Wow. Good for him. Good for him.
Yes.
Good for him. It
It
was a
was a
power.
difference by one vote, Bob.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
It was a powerful story. It's just compelling, I
No,
think,
no, I meant the whole vote thing. How did that happen again? Like somebody withdrew their vote from one and put it
I think
somewhere else.
it's like in the Iowa caucuses, right? Where
Hmm.
like, you just you got to trade votes until you got a guy who can win. So, so
You withdrew your vote from a loser to go for someone else.
well, it just had to break that tie. So can't have a
Uh,
tie. Ties don't work. There's no
listener,
ties in
listeners,
America.
I just want to let you know, Bob withdrew his vote from Kyle and then voted for Mark to break the tie. Wasn't that sweet, everybody?
Well, no offense to Kyle, but we can't abide a tie in the United States of America. So,
I was going to be
yeah.
very excited to have a tie, and then I had a plan. I was going to have like a little uh, tie off,
Like a dance off?
not a dance off,
No,
but
okay.
maybe it was going to be like, all right, well now here's part two of the story,
Uh-huh.
and but
All right.
all right.
Well, I'm glad it's not going to be a dance off, Rick, because I got to tell you, after a couple of years, I started going back to the gym today.
Oh.
So I won't be raising my arms tonight in this show. So don't ask for anything off the shelf behind me.
All right, all right. Well, congratulations, Mark. But we're all winners.
They were
All
all great
fantastic
stories.
stories. I would have voted for any of you. But I agreed with what Bob had originally said that Kyle as a newcomer kind of came in strong
He
and
did. He did.
yeah.
It was a fun story, and it was like I said in my original comment, standalone story. It really was original and creative, and Yeah,
Yeah.
I got to tell you, sometimes getting the prep for the fantasy draft, I'm always like, oh, it's another fantasy draft.
Are you? I get
Yeah,
excited.
it's really no, it stresses me out. It stresses me out a lot, and but I always have a ball when the show actually starts because
Hmm.
the guests are. I mean, they're always everybody's so excited and it's so congenial, but there's a little bit of sniping and loopholing, and it's
Hmm.
it's just a fun experience. So I would encourage anybody out there who is super soldier patron, or to think about throwing your hat in the ring next
Hmm.
time around because it does take some prep work, but it's fun. It's fun. It's
It
always a
really
great
is.
group of
And it'll
guys.
be in August when
Yeah,
we'll do number 7.
yeah,
Right around fantasy football time.
yeah,
Oh, Bob, and speaking of Shadows over Albion, you did mention that Tom Boyd's story. Issue 2 of his fan fiction story that he actually has an artist that a couple of artists, a colorist, and all this stuff.
yeah,
He turned that fantasy draft pitch
yeah,
into an actual living comic book, and I am holding number 2 right here.
yeah.
And I have to say, it's a 3-part story. This is so much fun. Of course, there's all the fake ads in there that
Mm-hmm.
are all part of that time period. He is actually going to be coming on the show in a couple of weeks. Episode 293, we will do a recap of Shadows over Albion number 2. And there's going to be a Diamondback top 5 list.
Yeah,
So can't wait to talk with Tom on that in a couple of episodes.
yeah. It'll be fun to talk to him. I know we got into it a little bit last time, but I think a lot of listeners would be really interested in the process
Hmm.
that he's followed to do this fan comic book, right? But because, like you said, he's got artists and inkers and
Hmm.
letterers, and he's written it, but there's the whole publishing piece of it. It's a
Yeah.
lot, and it's not an inexpensive undertaking. It's a labor of love for him, but it's man, I'm like so wowed by what he's accomplished with this and just the
Oh yeah.
quality of
Very
it.
impressive.
Yeah.
I 100%. And if people want to hear when he talked about all of what Bob just said, check out episode 254 because we actually go through the first issue panel by panel. And that's a lot of fun. Tom actually does a couple of voices too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he does.
Bob, shall we get to Mad Bob Part 5?
Indeed. Let's do it.
Okay. Bob, like normal, I'm going to let you take the listeners through this cover. It is interesting.
It's crazy. It's crazy, Rick. It's like I don't know what's going on here, but I want to know. That's what I think draws me in because we got like Cap, and he's got the kind of an odd pose. I don't know if you would agree. I'm not sure
You think?
what this is. He's like, "Hello, London, London calling," but he's got like his
Well, I think he's shouting. I think he's like kind
yeah.
of trying to do
Oh
that.
yeah, his hands probably forward. It's just that depth isn't
Yeah.
isn't there, right? But it does
Yeah.
look like his hands on the side of his head. But he's like, yeah, he is shouting. And behind him, through what appears to be some sort of open door, there are a number of projectiles that have shot through underneath his legs. So between his spread legs, these very large caliber projectiles have shot through, and they seem to have. It's either the projectiles or his shield has broken through a metal wall of some sort, and you see pieces being thrown all over the place, and he's yelling to somebody. It looks like he's yelling to us, the reader, and it says, "I found an army of underground killers and I've got to stop them alone."
Hmm. This way
So
for action.
yeah, so I am like thinking to myself, oh my gosh, what happened to the Falcon?
This cover is crazy. I mean, all these different things from behind him shooting towards the reader, and they're all going between his spread legs. Uh,
Yeah, Well,
It's
there's some going coming up around the side, but like none
okay.
of them are hitting him.
Okay. Yeah. It's just, whew.
Yeah, there's like some
All right.
stormtroopers back there,
Yeah, exactly. Right.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, it's an interesting cover. Usually you also point out it has the canary yellow background.
Yeah, I do love that yellow background.
It's pops, right?
It does. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything like looks great on it.
Still only 25 cents, Bob.
Yeah, that's
Quarter
right.
gets you this comic back in 1976.
Was there a I think there was a 30-cent variant for this,
Yeah. Yeah, there
right?
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But who the heck's going to do
I
that?
I don't have it. Yeah,
Right?
well, I'd save that nickel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we talked about Jack Kirby. He's the writer, he's the penciler, he's the editor. And the inker is Frank Giacoia, colorist Phil Rache, I believe, letterer John Costanza, and executive editor is Marv Wolfman um, of Teen Titans fame. The cover is done by Jack Kirby, but he has some help by John Verporten and Danny Crespi. The cover date was May of 1976, but the release date was February 10th. We open up. I don't know about you, Bob, but did you notice anything different in the art? Did it strike you differently when you opened up this versus, like, say, a previous issue?
No, yeah, I guess it looked a little more modern.
Yeah, it's a different inker.
Okay.
It's a different
Yeah.
inker than the last couple of issues, and it's a thicker line.
Yeah.
Yeah, inkers can make all the difference.
Right, right. You know
I'm
that.
I'm still not convinced whether I like it more, but I could see, like, that Giacoya had put some thicker lines on here.
Mm-hmm. Now that you say it, I can't unsee it.
All right, it reads: two bells toll for the coming American bicentennial, the Liberty Bell and another, a dark, swaying phantom which sounds the knell of death for freedom and a new beginning for an evil that will not die. Beneath the western wastelands of America, a new society works and thrives for the day it can swarm across our land. And when it plays its deadly games, the cheapest item on the scorecard is human life. Stan Lee presents Captain America and the Falcon in,
The rocks are burning.
and then we see Cap in a stance where he is on the attack. Falcon is behind him, and then there's a whole crowd of people in the stands behind the two of them. And Cap is heading towards someone who is holding the shield, and at the same time, in his right hand, holding a mace that has a energy glow from it, a Kirby crackle.
It looks painful.
If it connects, sure
Yeah.
does. Yeah. And Cap is without his shield. Anything goes in the kill derby, mister. If you want your shield, come and get it. I've tried to stay out of your foul game. I've tried to reason with you for the return of my shield. Now, stay cool, Cap. Remember how these traders played this sport. They've got some mean surprises. Cap is well aware of the dangers of the game. He leaps high to avoid his opponent's mace. Ha ha! Try some high voltage. No sell, crackpot. I've got all the power I need. The mace still crackles ominously as Crap struggles to disarm his man. I'll give you one more chance to drop this mace. Drop it! And he holds his wrist. Then, have it your way, creep. And he hits him with the right cross.
Crack.
Ugh. Stricken but not disarmed, Cap's opponent tries to recover his senses. He grips the shield even tighter, even as Cap tries to force it from his arm. There's plenty of steam in your punch, mister, but it can't dent my armor. It'll get rougher if you don't release my shield. And he's trying to to pull it out of his hand. Suddenly, with a serpent's swiftness, the electric mace is thrust directly at Cap. That's big talk, mister. Cap recoils in pain and shock. He staggers helplessly for a fraction of a second. Now I'm going to finish you off, mister. You've lost the game. Cap, Cap, watch it. He's closing in. Let me. But the attack never comes. There's something in the manner in which Cap recovers that makes his opponent wary. Stand back. I'll get my shield. That cat's a pro. He's armed. He's tricky. Listen, Cap. No, I'm going to get my shield. And he leaps out with him with a right kick going right towards his face. And then he leaps over him and kicks him with the in the behind with the other leg, which dislodges his helmet. And as you say, mister, anything goes. Meanwhile, the watching crowd seems to sense a final stage to this duel. Their eyes never leave the action. They grow tense with anticipation. Then one of them begins to chant. Kill! Kill! The cold chant is taken up by the others. The rhythm of it sweeps the arena. It is a roaring sound not heard since the days of ancient Rome. Kill! Kill!
Kill! Kill!
Kill!
Kill!
Kill! Now it's funny. When I read this, because it says kill, 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 right? I just, in my head, my mind, I hear Arlo Guthrie's Allison Restaurant. You know the song, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a part where the singer is going into to register for the draft, and they ask him, like, what are your thoughts on this? And he starts to act crazy, and he
Uh-huh.
gets up and he says, "I want to kill. I want to. I want to kill. I want to kill, kill, kill." And then me and the Sarge are jumping up and down, yelling "kill." And so when I saw "kill, kill, kill," that's the thing that popped in my mind.
Yeah. Don't play with him. Kill him. Kill him.
Hear that, friend? It's the voice of your people, the voice of the new society. And he flips him. Okay, okay, save your speeches. If you want your blasted shield, you can have it. His sudden change of mind seems a bit too sudden. Don't stand there gaping. If you're waiting for this shield, well, here it is. And he throws it at Cap. The shield flashes toward Cap, and what? And Cap leaps over it, but it comes back at the thrower. I forgot to mention this, friend, but my shield is constructed in a manner that causes a boomerang effect. And what happens when it hits him, Bob?
Boom! It's a huge explosion, Rick.
There is a sharp explosion as the shield returns to its sender. Ah! The duel ends amid the fading echoes. Cap's opponent lies shattered by his own treachery. Poor devil. The surprise was on him. That was quick thinking, Cap. If you'd caught that shield when you threw it, that mess would have been for you. It was a bomb. He clamped a plastic bomb to the shield as he removed it from his arm. And then he goes to take a look at it. Yep. Some of the bomb fragments are still on the shield. However, the shield isn't damaged. It can withstand much greater shocks. Well, this crowd isn't shocked. They're in great mood. This is entertainment to them. They won't be entertained by what I have to say to them. Listen to me out there. You've just seen a man die. A man who lived by your rules. And if his life means nothing, what in blazes is the meaning of your own? What kind of jungle world are you building? What kind of cause are you serving? Meanwhile, on the surface above, remember that army was out there searching for Cap,
That's right. Yeah.
as well as other lost soldiers that went out there into the wastelands. And we have the general talking with what would that be? A lieutenant?
That looks like a captain.
Mm.
I don't know. It's our, oh, that's a captain. Yeah. And that's
Okay.
General Argyle Fist.
It is.
I love that name.
Me too.
Yeah.
Everything's set to go, General. The fire ships are taking off now. Let her rip, Captain. I'm going to ferret out this hidden nest of rats. A flight of helicopters appears and sets the nearby cliffs aflame. The hot blaze is off a chemical nature that affects a quick penetration of the rock surface. This is it, sir. The traitors must be in this area, somewhere in those cliffs. Bob, can you describe the helicopters?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a helicopter, so it's kind of shaped like you might expect a Yui or maybe a larger Sikorsky, but it's typical Kirby. So while it does have the main rotor blade on the back, it's got all kinds of weird appendages on it that could
Please don't
be.
say that again.
Yeah. It brings back painful memories. Okay, yeah.
Mm.
So, but it has what appear to be some sort of gun systems on it that are very Kirby esque. So
Mm.
it's an amped up helicopter.
And it's firing down onto the rocks and the cliffs. Time passes. Men watch. The rocks glow white, hot, and give way to the hungry flames. No visible results as yet, sir. There will be, Captain. There's got to be. I wish I shared your confidence, sir. One could hide the Pentagon in these wastelands without fear of discovery. We've had enough clues. I tell you, it's here. Here! General! What? There's smoke pouring from the ground. We've found it. The hidden installation is below our very feet. It must be honeycombed with corridors which are taking the smoke and heat from the cliffs. But there may not be an installation below. It may merely be a series of hollow caves. Bob,
That's
it's
Lieutenant.
almost like there's a fire down below.
Yes, but Lieutenant Debbie Downer thinks it could just be caves. I,
Nothing.
I
Nothing, Bob.
no, I know it was good. I know. I wasn't gonna. Yeah, it's
I,
very
I, I
beautiful.
work
Well
on
done.
hard on these
I know you do. I know you don't get enough credit, but
things.
it's in here. That's where it counts.
Yeah. The ground trembles and rocks, then suddenly erupts with fiery violence.
Wham! Wham!
Yeah, there's I respect that, Bob. You right, other people would have went wham and wham, but no, these whams are spelled differently. The first one is WHAM and the second one is WAMM. And so therefore you had to pronounce them differently.
I am a student of foreign languages, Rick. So pronunciation is important. If you could say ba 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 in Vietnamese, and it means six different things. So
Ah, oh.
yeah, so you got to be careful
Did
with
we
it.
just piss off our listeners in Vietnam?
No, they know. I
Okay.
studied Vietnamese, not very well, but
What did you just say?
I can't remember. I know one of them is mother,
Whoa,
grandmother. Yeah,
whoa!
yeah.
I don't want to hear. Just great. Now come the
Yeah.
angry emails from
Yeah.
our listeners in Vietnam.
Yeah. I never mastered Vietnamese for that reason.
Hmm. So yeah, it's almost like volcanoes erupting underneath the grounds there. The heat's ignited something down there. This spot is unsafe, sir. That's for sure. Look, General, that large boulder's been blown from the cliff wall.
Boom.
It's the cover for a cave entrance. We found the installation. And here they come, the little foxes who would tear up the Constitution. We flushed them into the open. Now, let's go get 'em. The strike force of General Argyle Fist roars into action with all guns blazing. Take that cave entrance. Give 'em hell. And what do we see advancing, Bob?
There are all manner of self-propelled artillery and howitzers, and they're all firing large projectiles. I assume these aren't electric weapons. They seem to be firing projectiles, and but it's funny because they had them. It looks like they were covered with tarps, and they're pulling the tarps off them as they
Mhm.
go screaming forward toward the cave entrance.
The installation is a large place. On one of its lower levels, Cap and the Falcon stand fast against the dictatorship devotees of the new society.
Cut the speeches, you two. You've won the pot of gold. Take it and split.
We didn't come here for the gold or to play a mad game like the Kill Derby. And then the people that, uh, uh, the contestants, the other contestants that were on Cap and Falcon's team, are you creeps for real? You forfeiting the game. You're forgetting the team. We risked our necks for that gold. We aim to collect it. Hostile voices rise up from all corners of the arena. Cap and the Falcon are but two in a sea of many, and even superheroes may well take stock of overwhelming odds. However, it's those among the elite who have the final word in the new society. And who's that, Bob?
That is none other than Cheer Chadwick.
Silence. I don't know who you two are, and I don't care. But if you want to survive in the new society, you must stay in line. Take your winnings and keep your mouth shut. Hard words from such a lovely girl, Cheer Chadwick. You would do well to arrange for the Falcon and myself to speak to your father. Father's a biggie, too big for the likes of you to see. Now, take the gold and divide it with your motley crew. You don't understand, Miss Chadwick. Time is running out on your elite and its followers. And she points to a big cauldron of gold.
Yeah, it's a pot of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. They're finks, spies.
Look to your own safety, mystery man. The crowd is turning against you.
Kill, kill. Let their team kill them. They must do it.
And sure enough, their own teammates start firing on them. That kind of team spirit I could do without. We'll gladly take your share of the gold. It's no use trying to hang on to our popularity. It's back to belligerency for Cap and me. And Falcon does a in-air kind of somersault and like a tumble of some sort, and he kicks back one of the soldiers.
Whap.
You just don't appreciate nice guys when you see him, teammate. That's too bad for you. And he gives him a left cross.
Pow.
Cheer Chadwick looks on with growing impatience. She knows what Cap and the Falcon are seeking in the installation. She knows that they must never find it. Kill them! Kill! Kill! But at that moment, the sound of doom echoes in the arena,
Boom.
and there's a loud explosion overhead. There is a moment of stunned silence. Then panic seizes the audience. They bolt for safety. And sure enough, they all start rampaging. Cap, what's happening? They're heading for the exits. There's been some kind of blow up, Falcon. Then another, more violent shock strikes the arena. There it is again. If I didn't land, I'll get nailed by flying debris. Don't you recognize that sound, Falcon? It's gunfire. This place is under attack.
Woo.
It's been discovered by the army. Cap and the Falcon find themselves buffeted about like flotsam in storm tossed waters. The arena is a scene of utter chaos, where cries of fear turn to cries of injury. And Cap and Falcon they look mm, a little afraid.
Yeah, and this is like a tremendous splash page, right, of a
Mm-hmm.
crowd, and Falcon and Cap are stuck in the middle of that crowd, and they're getting crushed, by just the mass of people.
Yeah. We've got to get out of here, Cap. This is our chance to reach our objective. If we don't get it now, we'll be crushed by this mob. I'll never make it without wings, Falcon. You've got the ball now. The Falcon responds with fantastic speed and strength. He seizes Cap's wrist and yanks him skyward. There isn't time to think about that. Good work, Falcon. Another second and that human grinder would have doomed us both. And indeed, a firefight of intense ferocity is taking place. And the U.S. Army is coming in, and they're firing guns ablazing.
Pow! 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 Pow!
Hit him! And then soon after, Falcon is still holding on to Cap's wrist as he's flying. We're in the clear. What's more, these corridors are empty of armed guards. They must have been shifted to the scene of fighting. Our side may need us there, too. General Argyle Fisk lives up to his reputation as a tiger. They've got us pinned, General. They're growing everything they've got. The blazes with that. We can't stay here forever. Inch up if you have to, but enlarge this bridgehead. The firing grows hotter. The opposition gives way grudgingly. Hold your ground. We need help. Where's that sound machine? And then, coming from off panel, is Gloria Estefan.
It plays
The rhythm's gonna get you.
It plays to a certain crowd of a certain age. Yeah.
Oh, it's not the Miami Sound Machine. Oh, this is a completely different other sound machine. Okay. Bob, do you want to describe this sound machine?
Yeah, at first blush, it looks like a huge vacuum cleaner to me, right? Yeah. It's got sort of it's long, rectangular, boxy, typical Kirby. It's got all kinds of appendages on it, tubing and piping and, gaskets and all sorts of stuff with this very large curved handle on top, it looks like, but it's large. I mean, it's probably from relative to the people wheeling it out, it's probably 30 feet long. And it's fuchsia. So, it's important. But it's got a square orifice in the front that where the energy beams come out of this sound machine.
And I don't know. It also reminds me a little bit of like something like Dr. Seuss would have.
Right. Yeah. It's Seussian. Yeah.
In the thick of the battle, a strange machine is wheeled into position. It whines, it flashes, it sends high-frequency sound waves into the ranks of the invading troops. This should tear them up and send them home screaming. Higher! Raise the frequency! The sound waves crash into men and equipment. They disable and destroy. Assault guns fly apart like shattered toys. My ears, I can't stand the sound. But there's also a surprise for the enemy. So coming up from behind them. Heads up, you jocks. Here comes the Harlem Express. And they fire at Cap. Cap deflects it with the shield.
Bam!
You cats haven't had your vitamins. I'll see that you get some. In jail. And he pushes through and knocks down a bunch of them.
Wham!
I'll help out in a minute, Falcon. But there's a more important job to do first. I'm going to put this machine out of action. And he punches the guard standing next to it, knocks the gun out of his hand.
Zock!
It looks like a technological marvel and very expensive to build. And he grabs the gun that was dropped. But it's evidently trained on government troops, so I'll just have to turn it into junk.
Pow, pow!
And it explodes.
So!
Cap estimates the location of the machine's power source and blasts it apart with well-placed shots. Then he stands there and yells to the troops. Okay, you GIs, it's all clear on this end. The enemy's silent, and he's ours. But from behind him is the enemy, and they have a gun pointed at his back. But one of the soldiers tells the guy with the gun, "Hold it. No time for revenge. Let's take off before these troops overrun this position. Drop it. Let's go." You got a point, but I sure would like to. I still don't know why they didn't shoot him.
I know it seems like it takes a split second.
Yeah. The wrecking of the sail machine breaks the impasse. The strike force of General Fist pours uncontested into the installation. "Hey, fellas, it's Captain America. No wonder we made it. He must have stopped that machine." "Never mind that. Who's in command of your outfit?" "General Argyle Fist himself. He's been taking fire with the rest of us." "Keep moving, you grunts. This job ain't over by a long shot." Moments later, the general appears. "Captain America, somehow I knew that we'd find you alive. Where is the Falcon?" "Doing what he does best, General. It's the enemy who has cause for worry." "Your strike force is a welcome sight, sir. This installation is a massive investment in personnel and advanced technology. I hope you're prepared for stiff resistance." "I'm prepared for anything. And what I'm not prepared for, I'll tackle anyhow. Now, go on. What about your mission?" "If you refer to the Big Daddy Mad Bomb, sir, we've yet to find it here. But with your troops in control, we can search for it without interference." "You could bet on that. I'm going to turn this place inside out." But at that moment, the people who know the answers are fleeing in a private pneumatic car. What is a pneumatic car, Bob? Can you describe it?
Yeah, it looks like a suppository on wheels. And so it's gold. It's got some windows. It's on apparently some tracks, but it must be being moved by air pressure, right? Because it's pneumatic. So, and it's in a tunnel of some sort, deep underground. So they're zipping away.
Your men reached me just in time, Papa. I might have been stomped by that horrible mob. The rabble can fend for itself. We've got places to go. And then there's an explosion.
Boom.
What was that, Papa? It sounded like an explosion. "Nothing to worry about, my dear. It will seal off this tunnel to delay pursuit." "Papa, are you angry with me for involving myself with those two masked outsiders? I know that they're spies, and they're searching for the mad bomb." "It doesn't matter, my dear. The Big Daddy mad bomb is safely planted where they'll never find it, and there it shall remain, primed and ready to do its job for the new society on Takeover Day, the day that America's outmoded Constitution is thrown on the scrap heap." "That'll be neat for us, Papa. When will it happen?" "At a most memorable time, my sweet. On the very day of this country's bicentennial, the mad bomb will go off and end its existence." And then there's a little blurb for the next issue. If the mad bomb isn't enough to worry about, a more personal tragedy waits in store for Cap. In the next issue, Captain America's
Love story.
Don't Miss It. There we go. A lot of little action there.
A little action, some great
Mm-hmm.
dialogue. I see a General Argyle Fist in a future fantasy draft
You
story.
right?
You
Yeah.
know,
Well, it have to be a period piece, though.
it could be a younger Argyle Fist, could be an older Argyle Fist, right? Could be World War II, maybe. He's a young lad on the home front, a sentinel of
Oh.
liberty, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like it. All
Oh
right.
my gosh.
So Bob, what do you think of the story?
It's heating up, Rick.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Just when you think they're on to the mad bomb, you think, it's got to be in this installation, right? I mean, why would the installation be held, this hid so well beneath the desert floor?
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, they've got the mad bomb there, but it appears not the case. So the hunt is on.
Mm. Yes. Bob, I lost my notes.
Hmm, hmm.
I don't know who goes first.
Oh, well, why don't you go first?
Um, who went first in the 70th anniversary special?
Oh,
Do you know?
I don't remember what I had for lunch, but uh, I think it might have been me. I think
Yeah.
it might have been me.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. I'll go first. My favorite panel in this one, Bob, is on page 3, and it is panel 3. And it's the one where Cap says, "No, I'm going to get my shield," and he's jumping at the combatant, and he's got the one right leg extended with the boot heel coming right at the guy, and it's very Kirby-esque, the pose for sure.
Yeah.
It's a little reminiscent of, I want to say, Tales of Suspense 58, which was the first Cap. Kirby had like that kind of pose. He was crashing through the window.
Yeah. Yeah.
So very, very similar to that.
Yeah.
But he's got a face that I've never seen before. He looks a little like a 5 o'clock shadow, but I think that's because of what happened with the mace, right? Because the mace
Oh, yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
the energy kind of went into his face.
Right. Yeah.
So it is some remnants from that. So for that, all those reasons, I'm going to go with that's my favorite panel.
Yeah. You don't get to see the bottom of Cap's Buccaneer boots very often.
You don't want to see the bottom.
Especially you had some gum on there, right?
Mm.
Yeah. That's some level of detail we don't
If you're
usually see.
seeing the bottom of Cap's boot,
Yeah.
it's not a good
It's
day.
probably not a good day. Good
No.
point. Good point.
How about you, Bob? What's your favorite panel?
I'm going to go with that full page splash. I think it's around page 11. That's the
Mm.
one where Cap and Falcon are trapped in that crushing mob.
Yeah.
And I like this one because as you rightly pointed out, they looked a little concerned, they're a little worried. I mean, they're in
Yeah.
this. I mean, I think about like all those stories of I mean, particularly for our overseas listeners, the football games and how there's very large crowds and people can get like crushed to death in these crowds.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of has that reminiscent and like I can't even count the number of people that Kirby has rendered around
Mm-hmm.
Cap and Falcon. But it's a crush and it's very claustrophobic. And just looking at it, you feel a little claustrophobic. So
Mm-hmm.
it really has that emotive impact on you. So I love it. I love this page.
Yeah. I good choice. I like that. What are you putting on your T-shirt?
I decided to go with a Falcon panel, which is a
Oh, you don't
departure,
say.
a departure for me. It's on, I think, page 9, and it's the center right panel where Falcon is smacking with a left hook in the face of one of these guards. And he says, "You just don't appreciate nice guys when you see them. See him,
Yeah.
teammate. That's too bad for you."
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of a cool little Falcon panel, and
Yeah.
I like that. So I'd wear that on a t-shirt. I don't have a Falcon t-shirt, so I feel like I should like a original Falcon t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Not a Sam Wilson cap. I do have a couple of those, but I'd love to have a Falcon t-shirt.
Yeah. And I like the saying. I
Yeah.
like what he's saying.
How about
Good.
yourself, my friend?
I'm going to go with page 5, panel 5, and it's a close up of Cap's face. And I like what he's saying. He says, "Listen to me out there. You just seen a man die, a man who lived by your rules. And if his life means nothing, what in blazes is the meaning of your own? What
Hmm.
kind of jungle world are you building? What kind of cause are you serving?" So, depending on what's going on in today's world, I may just
Yeah.
go, "Oh, good timing for this t shirt."
Yeah. Wear that one to Costco.
Mm
Right. Yeah. All right. I like
hmm.
that one. It's a good speech of fine.
Yes, sir.
And what about your time capsule?
uh, your emphasis was on the wrong
It
syllable.
is. I know. I know. I
I
was
am
committed.
going to go with uh, page 13.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And that is the introduction of the sound machine.
Ah, the sound machine.
This is the first appearance of Sound Machine. So when Sound Machine finally makes it into the MCU, everyone's
Yeah.
going to be clamoring for
Oh, this
where's the
issue.
first appearance?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, I love it. That's great. That's great.
You? What's
Yeah.
going on in your time
I'm going with
capsule?
the last page, Rick. And I'm going with the center left panel, which is we see Cheer Chadwick looking out the window, and we see
Mm.
her father at the back of his head. But we this is the last appearance of Cheer Chadwick until October of 1999.
Seriously.
Seriously.
I didn't know that. Well,
Yeah.
way to ruin the surprise for our listeners, Bob. Like, I just kind of expected it was going to be in the next issue.
Well, no, there's other fish to fry for Cap, and yeah, but she doesn't show up again until like Thunderbolts 31, along with Towery, and I think we get introduced to her father at that point as well.
Oh,
So
so you're saying that the father's this is the last time we've seen the father too?
yeah, I think so.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Listeners,
yeah. Disregard. Spoiler. If you haven't read it yet, you know. But I did go back. I was interested because I like Cheer Chadwick. Like, I mean, she's kind of a fun character. I can't believe she
mhm.
hadn't been used again until like the end of the 90s in the Thunderbolts. And then she made like a little appearance in the Last Defenders series, like several years past that. And then she showed up most recently in Captain America Volume 10, number 21, a brief appearance.
Oh, the coats.
Along with William, yeah, the Coates run along with William Towery. So the
Mhm.
elites have popped up every now and again, but she's kind of a compelling. So again, she's on my short list for perhaps a fantasy draft in the future. I don't
Mhm.
think she has been used appropriately.
All right.
Yeah,
Another one to stock away. All right.
right.
Good stuff. Um, Next episode. It is the month of May, and you know what May is, Bob.
Yeah, flowers.
There is that, yes, but it's
Yeah.
also the Asthma Awareness Month.
Ah,
And so, what better thing to cover next week is the return of the Asthma Monster.
there you go. There you go. It's the
So,
much awaited sequel.
yes, we will be doing that panel by panel. So that's next
The
episode.
asthma monster. Hey, Rick, what do you call a monster who's really, really smart?
I don't know, Bob. What do you?
Frank Einstein.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah.
You know what? Next episode, you're gonna have to redeem yourself. You're
I'll
gonna
do
have to
my
come up
best.
with a better monster dad joke. Okay. That is your assignment, Bob.
All right.
Next episode.
I'll do my best.
Okay. All right. Any final words, Bob?
Nope. I am so looking forward to next week, Rick.
All right. Uh, if you don't mind, listeners, please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen. Oh, Bob, we have a new member on buymeacoffee.com.
You're not pulling my leg, I
No,
hope.
no, no. We have
Really?
a new supporter, Shield Slinger. It is Mr. Nate Hanley.
All right.
He has been a member of the Facebook group for many years. He is Jack Monroe's #1 fan.
All right.
Yes.
There you
So thank you, Nate, for voting for me in, in the story. But yeah, no, thanks to Nate for
go.
supporting the
Yeah,
show. We do appreciate
absolutely.
it. And if you're interested in also pitching in and helping us, just go buymeacoffee.com/cap comic fans. $5 a month is the Shield Slinger level, and you do get some really cool perks, including after a few months, we send you the What Would Cap Do challenge coin that you can carry around. And these are limited to only 100 made. So that's one of the several perks.
Mm-hmm.
For more information, just go to buymeacoffee.com/cap comic fans. For Bob Lucius, I'm Rick Verbonis. We want to thank you for listening to another episode of the Captain America Comic Book Fans Podcast. You want to do the crowd?
Sure. Cut the speeches, you two. You've won. Um, you won the pot. I'm sorry, it's too Monty Pythonish.